Unfortunately, these did not work out.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the most famous YouTuber in the world that no one has ever heard of. I got mail. Again. Okay, this is from Be Sure official store. I will put a link in the description. My friends there have sent me another product to review. Try a straight line to save my life. Let's see what we got. Another black box. Okay. 5x7" LED headlight. Fancy headlight. Ringing phone. Alright, I get that taken care of. Square headlight. This is for... it's bigger. I measured the bulb in the camper. I hope these fit. So we got, once again, we got the bulb in squeaky cellophane. This is kind of different than the other one. There's got to be an up and a down. I'm assuming that that's up because it's a vent. Okay. We got DOT SAELY. There's only one extra wire on here. So I'm guessing it's either a turn signal or maybe there's no daytime running lights. I don't know. See if there's any instructions. We got two of these adapters again that we don't need, so we'll save them though. Huh. There's no instructions, and the box fell apart. It's like the glue on the box failed. Alright, I want to put my old headlights in here if they'll fit. I'm not going to throw them away. Duct tape for the win. Okay. Enough nonsense. No instructions. So I do not know if that is the turn signal. Oh, there's no, the little wires aren't here either. Remember in the Jeep video? We had these, there was two wires coming off of this. I'll put a clip in there. And you get your daytime running light. I hope that was all in frame. So it looks like it comes with a regular headlight connector, and then you've got the two for the, one of these is for the daytime running lights and one is for the turn signal. What I also see here in the box is a couple of wires. But there was two wires coming off the plug on the side. They were a little bit longer, and they came with the extra wire and instructions. I read the instructions on camera. I think I read them. These came with nothing. We did get the adapters, but they're not even really adapters. They just go to spade terminals. So this is odd. This is odd. Okay. Well, remember the other ones had a plug on this end. Oh, and I found out something I was really worried about. Finally got cold. We didn't get any snow, but we did get some ice. Take a look at this. Good morning, everybody. I haven't had a chance to test these headlights out in the snow yet, but they have ice on them. So we're going to find out. Geez, the whole thing's iced up. We're going to find out if door handle sticks. Lovely. We're going to find out if those headlights warm themselves up or not. Let's get it going here. I guess it's going to be a hot minute before I can leave. Let's turn them on. Give that a minute and come back to them. I'm thinking when the windshield is defrosted, we'll take a look at those again. It's on, oh, it is on the outside. Well, I guess I got some scraping to do. Alright, we'll come back to them. What we've got going on here is a little bit of melting. I'm very, very surprised. This one I haven't touched yet. Would you look at that? And we're not even in the sun yet. We're still in the shade, so it wasn't sunlight. Look at that. I'm absolutely shocked. Very surprised that that they get warm enough. Definitely melted. Definitely melted. One more thumbs up, I guess. Not too shabby. I was really concerned. I was concerned about that because that is my snow vehicle. I don't plan on taking the motorhome out in the snow, so I'm not too worried about it on this one. So, alright, I think the next thing we need to do is we need to do some science. Anyway, so let's find out what these draw. And let's find out what this red wire does. I mean, is it a drain? Does it go at the bottom? Does it go... Oh, wait a minute. Drain goes at the bottom? Maybe it's a drain, not a vent. Because I see on this one... Okay, they both got it. I didn't see it before. It says DOT. Can you see it? SAE. And then E with a little G under it. So I'm assuming that that's up. I've got my... I apologize for the fan in the background. I lost my chimney. So I'm on electric heat. And we're barely hanging on in here. It's cold. Okay, let's find out if our power supply works first, because I have not used this in several decades. 13 volts, almost 14. So we're going to assume that the vehicle is on and running. Let's set our wires up. Probably should have left that one where it was just now. We have an amp meter function in this. We have an amp meter function here. 10 amps, so I'm assuming I go here and then to amps. It is, this one's ground, so I put the adapter on so I'd have the black to remind me. This one on top is the low, that is the high beam, and this is the common. Now I also pulled out my instructions from the Jeep. See, it came with the adapters, it came with instructions. Waterproof vent is up on these, which is odd, and it says, so right here it says negative on the left, low beam, high beam, turn signals and daytime running lights. Now this is red, and so is the little wire on here, so I'm assuming that these are, you know, That would make them daytime running lights. But I think the advertisement said turn signals. So, I don't know. Rather than blowing up one of these brand new headlights, and I'm going to test this one first to see how many amps it draws. Alright, we're coming out of there, going into the headlight. We're going out of the headlight, into the meter, out of the meter, back into the power supply. So we got it on amps, DC amps. Put it up there so you can see. I'm going to flip the switch and we'll see what happens. Nothing. Huh. Okay. Let's check our connections. Let's make this connection better. Pretty sure there's a fuse in there. Wouldn't that be something? Okay. Red to positive. And 3, 2. Make sure that's not touching the ground. 3, 2, 1. Ah! 3.1. 3.1 amps on low beams. And I'll call it 5. There's a little spike in the beginning, but 4.9 on high beams. Okay, now we can try it on the new one. Can you still see the meter? Okay, now we're going to use Mr. Black. I'm going to keep him way away from everything. We're going to take our probe. We're going to come around to low beams. That is drawing 2 amps. So we say 4 on the other one. So it's half. Okay. Oh, gee, right in the eyes. Oh, okay. Now let's try our high beams. This is 3. And we got this one, this one, this one, this one. Well, high beams puts them all on. Every one of them. Okay, and then the low beams was this one, this one, this one, this one, and the top one again. So this is our high beam plus everything else, which is, that's the way I'd prefer it. Let's find out what this little red one is and how much it draws. Daytime running lights. I swear they had turn signals in it. I have to go back and look. Look at this. 0.2 amps. 0.1 amp. Now that I got a good connection. And that is just these two, the parentheses. So those are not going to get hooked up in my vehicle. I can't stand those. So 0.1 amp. And a low beam of 2.0, sorry. And on this one, we have a low beam of 3.1. So it's 1 amp less. Just because I don't remember. We've got 5 amps on the high beam. Stock. And those are the silver stars too. Those are the bright ones. And we've got less than 3 on the new ones. So that's kind of cool. Now, like I mentioned a minute ago, it is cold. Cold and wet. We just had that storm come through. You can look it up. It is March 11th, 2023, I believe. But we just had a nor'easter come through. And it wasn't the Easter Bunny. It was the cold miser. Came through and snow on the ground. It's all gone now, but it is unpleasant out. So I'm gonna do this another day. One thing I did notice just now trying to put this on is one of these pins was bent. It wouldn't go on. It was just a little, and that fixed that. All right. Enough science. Let's put it in the car. I'm going to wash these like I did with the Jeep. What I did, I washed it with a glass cleaner and a soft towel, and then I waxed it because it's plastic, so it's going to scratch, right? So I threw a coat of turtle wax over it just to make sure it had a fighting chance of surviving the environment. The writing is up, the vent is down. Let's see what happens. Should see that Z. I can't tell. Let's try it upside down. I can't tell. That's crazy. Let's try it with the lights off. Maybe that'd work better. Make sure our wires don't bump. Let's take a look on the floor. Okay, we have a huge bump there. I'm assuming that this is our cutoff. Right. Marley. I'm assuming that this is the Z that we saw in the Jeep. Let me turn it over. Okay, so this is vent up. Yeah, it's got to be vent down, because there's that sharp cutoff, you see, right there. Got to be, because it's all fuzzy at the bottom. It's like curved at the bottom. All right. Okay, so these go in vent down. Vent down it is. Okay, so I'm going to wax them. I'm going to throw them in the Ford and go from there. I'm all scienced out for the day. All right, everybody. It's a new day. I've been out to the camper. Let's give you the reveal of the new lights in the camper. What? Yeah, what? I took these out, went to put the new ones in, and they don't fit. So let's take a look at that. I hate to have to do this, but I have to do this. You guys, remember when I opened this box, there were no instructions. I don't know if it's supposed to come with instructions. It didn't. It came with adapters, I guess universal adapters. I guess that's alright. But when I went to put this in the truck, in the camper, it's hitting all in here. I can get it to go in, but it only goes in to the bucket that far. So when I went to put the ring back on, I had a gap longer than the screw. And I don't want something that's going to move, because if it isn't seated on here, it's going to move. You know, it'd be going down the road and be going like this. So we don't want that. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these. They're going to get parked in the box for now. Maybe I'll cut the bucket up in the future. That might be interesting to see. But yeah, it doesn't fit in here. This whole back piece is too big to fit in the bucket on that headlight. I mean, the rest of it went right in. It just left a gap. So I'm not going to be able to give you the after comparison like I did with the Jeep. I can say that the lights themselves, aside from the fitment issue, looked very good. We saw the light on the ground here in the shop. I don't think you really need instructions, but I kind of expected to get some. So there's a little downside. Now I do like this guy, this company. They've been very nice to me. Sent me 2 sets of headlights to try. Unfortunately, these did not work out, but I'm still going to put the link to their store in the bottom, because if you want to get headlights for your Jeep, the round ones fit. I don't know about the 4x6s, but the 5x7s don't seem to fit. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it with that link, and we'll catch you on the next one.